Hi everyone, Aidan here with eTrailer.com. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Titan Chain Mud Service Snow Tire Chain here on our 2022 Ram 1500 Classic. Now this is going to be a ladder pattern style chain, which means we have these cross sections of chain going perpendicularly across the tire like this. It's going to be really good for starts and stops. Although it's not going to be the smoothest ride quality out there, it will help with that traction on those starts and stops. These are going to be a twist link chain, which means the links kind of twist like this. Compared to something like a square link, it's going to be a little less aggressive, give you a slightly better ride quality, but it's still going to be good for biting into that deep snow. The links are quite large, so it is going to be good for deep snow if you are on road, but they are also designed for off-road use if you need to use them in that application too. There's no cams or built-in tensioning system around the chain here. We have a small lever arm down here that does pull a little bit on the chain, but I definitely recommend having a rubber tensioner here to pull that excess slack out of the chain. It's not included, but we always recommend it just for safety and to get the best fit for your tire. Now they come in this canvas bag that can be reused, but honestly, they're not my favorite. Especially with these larger chains, they do tend to just kind of deteriorate over time and rip and tear. I would just get something like a plastic tote that's going to be weather resistant, water resistant, and easier to keep them in and just hold up longer over time. They're also going to be pretty easy to install. Let's check out that process now. The first thing you want to do is lay out the chain and just make sure everything is untangled. These chains do tend to get tangled up in the bags, so everything looks good here. We also want to make sure that the end pieces for these cross sections, they've kind of got a hooked end and a smooth side. That smooth side is going to be face down because we're going to be draping it over our tire and we want that making tire contact. You just flip it over if you were going to drive onto the chain and connect it up top. And then the last thing is this lever hook right here. We want that towards the outside of the vehicle because that's going to be out front for us to hook up. From there, we can just go ahead and drape it over the tire, grab it in the middle, drape it up over, and just try to keep it centered up. We want to push it back so it's centered front to back, but then also side to side. It actually looks pretty good right here. So we can just go around back and make our first connection. So on the side closest to me, we've got a hook. And then on the side closest to you in the camera here, we have our free links. We're just going to hook those two ends together. And we don't necessarily have to choose the outermost link. To get the right fit, we can choose one of these inner ones. I'm just going to go to one in to start off. We'll go around front, make our next connection, and depending on how it fits, we may need to come back and tighten or loosen this up front, but we can make that decision once we do that front connection. For the front connection, we've got our link end here. I'm just going to go for this third one, and then the hook end will just feed through that link. Try to hold it in a way that you guys can see. Just like that. It'll fold back onto itself and then hook into this catch plate to secure it. Right there is pretty loose, so I can go ahead and tighten it up. If I want to, I can also go around back and tighten up that end as well, and I probably will. But once you get the desired fit that you're looking for, we can repeat that process on the other side of the vehicle. Now at this point, I like to add a rubber tensioner. It's not required, but it's definitely going to help get a better fit on the tire, and it's something that we recommend just for safety overall. You can see how much slack that's actually pulling out of these chains here and just keeping tension on them so it's secure when we're driving down the road. Once that's done on both sides though, and we're happy with the fit, roll over them a few times, come out and just make sure that nothing's shifted or you don't need to make any further adjustments, and you're ready to hit the road. And that'll do it for our look at the Titan Chain Mud Service Snow Tire Chains here on our 2022 Ram 1500 Classic. Thanks for watching.